we've already seen how a 30, 60, 90 triangle and a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle have sides given certain angles. So this angle right in here is 60 degrees. And we saw last week that meant that this adjacent side was 1/2 and this opposite side was square root of 3 over 2. So that would mean this point right here is 1/2 comma square root of 3 over 2. This angle is 60 degrees, which is also pi over 3. So all of these points on the unit circle meaning the radius is 1, are points that are cosine of the angle, sine of the angle. So if we can get all of these triangles in here, drawn this way, so this triangle here is 45 degrees, this smaller one here has the 30 degrees, and then we have the corresponding ones over here. If we can get all of these points on these, on the unit circle for each of these, then we can find the sine and cosine of all of these angles. We call them the standard angles. So what we're going to look at first is how we label the unit circle to get all of those and use those angles. So we're going to look at this blank piece of paper, blank circle, and notice that there are wider spaces here. So these angles right in here are not the standard ones. I'm going to kind of put a little dotted line. We'll later find out how to figure out what these points and these values are. But for right now, we're not going to be using them, except they're going to help us to count to figure out what all of these are. So this angle right here, of course, is 0 radians. It's also 0 degrees. If we count in degrees, there's 360 degrees all the way around. Each of these little angles here is 15 degrees. So we can start out by saying this first one is 15 degrees, but this is not one of the standard ones, so I'm not really going to count it. So I'm going to say 15. This one is 30 degrees. Add 15. This is 45 degrees. Add 15. This is 60 degrees. Another 15 would make that one 75. 90. So to go over here 2 15s is going to be to go 30, right? So 120. Another 15 is 135. Another 15 is 150. And then 30, 180, which is what we knew a straight line would be, 180. So another 30 would be 210. Another 15 would be 225. Another 15 would be 240. Then a 30 gets added here. So that's 270. Another 30, because there's 2 of these. 300 degrees. Another 15. 315. And another 15, 330. All the way back up here to 360. So I've gotten all of the degrees around the circle. Now to do the pies. I think it's easier to do the pies to first look at these straight ones. So look at these straight ones, the ones that are on the axis, you could say, and to look at these 45 degree ones. So these ones that are across. the ones that are in the middle over here. So now we're going to just count by those, and each of those are fourths. So this is going to be 0. This is going to be 1/4 pi, or pi over 4. Jumping over here, that's 2/4 pi, which reduces to pi over 2. So 1/4, 2/4. This one's going to be 3/4 pi.